Splash pads are really fun and enriching activities for dogs, but not all dogs are going to like splash pads. So if your dog is a little bit uncertain, let's talk about how you can help build up their confidence with the splash pad to be able to use it for enrichment and for fun without them being too worried about it. So this is going to be in small steps. Like everything we do, we're going to introduce it to our dog and build up their confidence as they go. A splash pad is going to look something like this. It's usually a plastic device that you're going to put down on the ground and attach the hose to, and then it will have holes all the way around the rim. From those holes, they're going to shoot up water like a little fountain. It's so much fun. It's so cute. Kids love it. I love it as an adult. It's a really fun, pretty way to be engaging with the water, but it can be a little scary to dogs because it is really high. So the first thing that I can tell you to do is to not turn it on immediately. Have it sitting in the yard attached to the hose and let your dog investigate it first. Show them what it is, tap your fingers on it, show them the different noises, and let them explore it. Now I recommend taking a ball, something that's going to roll, and you are going to put it on one edge of the splash pad, and in most cases you're not going to have a perfectly flat ground, so it will roll from one side to the next, and just show them how they can kind of chase it and play with it. Now pick the ball back up, and now you're going to start to turn on the splash pad. This is best if you have a second person to help you, but if not, that's okay. You can go do it yourself and come back and forth in between it. You're going to start the splash pad off very small. Turn the hose on just enough so that a little water bubbles up. Little water isn't as scary as a big fountain, right? So you want to make sure your dog can investigate it. They're going to hear the hose turn on. It's going to make a little noise. And then when it starts to come up through it, it's going to make another little noise. You need to be there next to it to guide them through this process. Come look at the water. Let's look at it. Put your hand on it. Touch it. Show them that it's not scary. When they're confident with that, you can kind of roll the ball back and forth so that they can see they can step easily over that water to get the ball. Make it a game. Do a whole thing with it. Let them lick it. Let them drink out of that water. Keep it low for a few minutes. And then as they become confident, you can build it up slightly at a time. And this does not have to be a one-day process. This can be a several-day process. It doesn't have to be all in the same day. So now you're going to start to build that water up a little bit higher. The higher it gets, the more nervous they're going to be about it. They'll probably do a little bit of barking, but you're right there to put your hand in it, to show that it's not scary, to play with the water, to play with the ball on the splash pad. The more that you engage them with this in the lower forms, the easier it's going to be to build it up. So we don't want to jump from little to high or even little to medium. We want to go little to little to little to a little more, a little more, a little more, and then build it up from there. Now your dog will oftentimes be okay with it being high, but they will not be okay with going in that water to get the ball. So once you get it to the point where the water can be up, if they're still not loving it, now's the time you bring them back over and you put the ball on the edge where they can get it right around the edge, and you let it go so that it rolls down the side. Some dogs will be fast and they'll grab onto it before it rolls. You got to be a little faster than your dog at that point. So you need to let it roll down so that they have to kind of go around the mat to get it. This way they're going to be problem solving. This is the enrichment part of this. Some dogs will be totally fine just leaping into the water to grab it and jumping onto the splash pad. And if that's your dog, excellent. If it's not, just build it up. Let it roll to the opposite side and let them walk around to get it. And then just keep playing however is going to best suit your dog. Some dogs will love it and just have the time of their life. Some dogs will play with it in a limited tolerance where they're going to go around the other side and catch it when it's done rolling across the mat. And if that's the best that they can do, that's totally fine. That's what my dog does. She doesn't go tromping through this mat, but she loves the kiddie pools. So she's got options for where she's playing, how she's playing it. We have videos on how to turn your yard into a water park for your dog. I will link that down below for you. But start small when it comes to the splash pad, build up. And sometimes your splash pad really just will be pretty background elements for the rest of the splash pad park that you are making, or the water park that you're making inside of your yard as you go through our other videos. Drop your questions on this down below and follow along for more ideas on how you can keep your dog cool this summer to make sure they are having the best, most enriching life possible without having to worry about the extreme heat of summer. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.